Since I watched the last Evolution Kizuna movie this year, I kind of got emotional during this week's episode of the anime. So hello and welcome to Undervisey, my name is Soham and today we are going to talk about Digimon Adventure Reboot Series 2020 episode number 24. Now if you're new here then please consider subscribing to the channel since I do weekly anime and manga related content along with Digimon Adventure reviews. Also we're trying to hit 5,000 subscribers by the end of 2020, so a like and sub would be massively appreciated. Now, with that being said, let's begin the video. So this episode was really awesome, but there are some things which I still don't understand even though I rewatched the episode 2 times in order to get a better understanding or a better grip of the things that were happening here. Now obviously we continue from where we left last week and Neo Devimon is digivolving into something huge. This is looking very grim for the Digidestined and the Digimon, and Tokomon says that this is possibly his mega form, his new mega form, that is Dun Devimon. There's still a little issue with the translation because some translations are calling it Dan Devimon and some others are calling it Dun Devimon. So take which one you want. I'm calling it Dun Devimon for the time being because that's what was shown in my translations. But anyway, this is a behemoth level Digimon. Now before talking about his design, which is really interesting by the way, I need to address one particular issue. I don't think I'm lacking the miasma plot that much now. I mean, yeah, in the beginning it was really fine, it was a really great way to show us the dangers of this world and the events surrounding it were really amazing because it gave us some really interesting and dynamic scenarios. That's what I'm trying to say. But now it's just sort of a cheat code that we use in a game to power up an enemy. I don't know if I'm liking this particular plot point that much or not, and I just hope that eventually this leads up to something. Like I hope that the miasma thing is actually a substance released from some Digimon or I just hope that it gets some sort of a resolution because now the miasma is just like a cheat code which is powering up every anime Digimon whether big or small. But anyway, let's talk about Dun Devimon for a moment now, and he is looking like an absolute freaking badass. I mean, let's be real about it, this guy looks creepy as hell and the influences for his design are really amazing. The first and foremost thing which we will obviously talk about, and that is the inspiration from the Marvel character Carnage. He looks like the villain Carnage, but that's not the only thing. He also looks quite a lot similar to the fictional character called Spawn, with his cloak and everything. And not just that, after watching this episode, I can say for sure that there are some inspirations from Diaboromon as well, because this guy is walking on all its limbs, and that exact scene reminded me of our war games. Now what happens next is that obviously Metal Greymon and War Garurumon are fighting against him or trying to put a fight against him, but to no avail because this guy is beating the crap out of them. Yeah, it was nice to see them going into their upper modes, that is the Ultras mode and the Sagittarius mode, but that is also quickly defeated. And as usual, Taichi and Yamato were sitting on top of Metal Greymon's head while War Garurumon was fighting on his own. But what happens here is very interesting because Taichi senses that an attack is coming up to them and he just pushes Yamato off the ledge so that he is not caught in the explosion. This was a really leader moment for him and I really like this particular aspect. But what happens here is that both Taichi and Metal Greymon are kind of corrupted or corroded from this miasma attack and things are not looking good for them. Both of them are in extreme pain but they still want to fight. But alas, their power is just not helping them to fight currently. And in the meantime, Yamato and War Garurumon try to put up a fight, but they're easily defeated. And not just defeated, they are literally thrown to the ground, and War Garurumon de-digivolves to Gabumon. Things are not looking good at all for them. And in the meantime, Takeru also tries to reach up to his big brother, but in the meantime, he is confronted by a big blast from Dun Devimon. He is obviously saved by Tokomon's powers, but this prompts something inside of Taichi. This was the start of the Dark Digivolution. For me, this entire scene was a lot similar to the Tamers moment in comparison to the original Adventure series. This moment was really dark and Taichi's eyes are glowing red and he's just screaming that stop it, stop it, stop it. This entire scene really reminded me of Megidramon, but there was just no death of Leomon. I just hope that I'm wrong there and Leomon doesn't die in the future of the series. But jokes apart, this was really amazing because now, as a result of Taichi's hatred and rage, and Metal Greymon is enveloped in a rage cloak or just a corrupted cloak and he's looking freaking hellish. This was not a good sign. This was totally not a good sign. And in the midst of all of this, Taichi is eaten up, straight up eaten up by Dun Devimon. And this was the fuse. This was the catalyst which enthralls something very sinister. Metal Greymon literally loses it. He loses his sanity, he loses his sense of being, he loses his mind. And next we get to see something which we are all waiting for. Even though I'm a little bit disappointed, but I think the series is setting up something for the future events as well. Metal Greymon Dark Digivolves into Machine Dramon. This is Metal Greymon's fury, this is Metal Greymon's rage, and this is helping him, or rather this is forcing him to digivolve into Machine Dramon. But there is still something not right here, because this is not a fully evolved Machine Dramon. This is still a silhouette form, something which we saw in the original Digivolution sequence with that red clasp. If you have seen that episode and if you have seen the subsequent Digivolutions, then you definitely know what I'm talking about. But this was like a silhouette form of Machine Dramon which tries to go up against Dundevimon, but it's still not that powerful. It's still not in a fully evolved state, so it's still not fully powerful yet, but this silhouette form is looking very creepy, and I really don't have words to describe what exactly is going on here, because this is not a full Digivolution, and even Tokumon realizes it. He says that Metal Greymon is slowly losing his mind, and I think this is trying to portray to us that this is the path of evolution. Like, this is showing us that Metal Greymon is slowly giving up to his rage and becoming Machine Dramon. It's not a direct Digivolution because of the power of friendship and power of, love and everything which we have seen so far in the series. So this is like a process into the dark steps. And I really liked how this was shown to us, but still I have a lot of questions as to what form this is. Is this some sort of a new Digivolution? Is this some sort of a silhouette Digivolution? I don't know for sure. But Tokumon says that he will do something. He can't just stand watching something like this, and he asks for Takeru's help. I genuinely thought that there was going to be a Digivolution here, but I don't know what exactly is going on here, because inside the mind of Metal Greymon, or rather Machine Dramon, Angemon appears and he says that, remember the one who is most irreplaceable for you. That is of course Taichi, and I really like the wordings that were used here, and it kind of reminded me of the Kizuna movie, and I really got emotional in this particular scene. And what happens at the very end is that Metal Greymon regains his sight, regains his mind, and he breaks out from the shell of Machine Dramon, and out comes Agumon. Lovely stuff, I really liked it. And again, something very interesting happens here as well, because Agumon straight up digivolves into War Greymon. Yes, War Greymon is here, but again no, because this is the same silhouette form of Digivolution. This is like a silhouette of War Greymon covered with light, and now he just one-shots Dundevimon and he saves Taichi from the clasp of this evil Digimon. Again, I'm a little bit iffy, or I'm a little bit confused as to what exactly is going on here. What kind of a Digivolution is this? Obviously in the upcoming episodes we are definitely going to get the original or the full War Greymon, but this was very interesting for me, because this once again reminded me a lot of Tamers. If you remember, after the Magidramon transformation, Guilmon reverts back to his original self, and before they proceed into Matrix Evolution or Biomerge, there was a bullet that was approaching them. And Guilmon, even in his base form, utilized the powers of Magidramon and just swayed away that bullet. We never got to see something more from that, but is that idea or is that concept being borrowed over from there? Will we get to see these dark Digivolution or dark paths as modes for the regular Digimon? We already got to see Alterous mode and Sagittarius mode. What's to say that we will not get to see, say, a Machine Dramon mode for War Greymon? That would be really interesting in my opinion, and I really don't have any solid facts to prove something like this, but this is just, you could say, my prognostication. But either way, these are the stuff which happened in the very end. And that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. What are your thoughts about this particular episode, that is episode 24? Please mention them in the comment section below. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like it, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more. This is Wonderwisey, and I'll see you soon in the next video.